Prime Minister of Pakistan, and to Field Marshal Munir, who were both incredible hosts. Whatever shortcomings in the negotiation, it wasn't because of the Pakistanis, who did an amazing job and really tried to help us and the Iranians bridge the gap and get to a deal.
On a quiet night in Islamabad, the last chance for peace between Washington and Tehran collapsed. The negotiations the world was betting on failed. But the real question isn't when they failed. It's who wanted them to fail. Was America genuinely seeking peace, or was it buying time for something bigger? And did Iran truly refuse to compromise, or was someone pushing them to reject the deal? Today, we expose a conspiracy that could ignite the entire Middle East. Welcome to Jiang Intel. The collapse. April 15th, 2026. Under total secrecy, American and Iranian envoys met in the Pakistani capital of Islamabad. The mediator, Pakistan, the only nation maintaining strong ties with both sides. The goal? Stop nuclear escalation and prevent a catastrophic regional war. But after just 72 hours of closed-door negotiations, both delegations left without an agreement, without a joint statement, without hope. From America's side, Washington put clear conditions on the table. Halt uranium enrichment above 20%. Iran has reached 60%, just steps away from weapons-grade material. Dismantle advanced centrifuges, the technology accelerating their nuclear program. Stop funding regional militias, from Hezbollah in Lebanon to the Houthis in Yemen to militia groups in Iraq. Immediate, comprehensive international inspections of all nuclear sites, no exceptions. In exchange, gradual sanctions relief, but not complete. From Iran's side, Tehran rejected everything. Iran's demands were equally clear. Immediate and complete lifting of all sanctions, including those on oil, banks, and the Revolutionary Guard. Legally binding guarantees that America won't withdraw from the deal again, like Trump did in 2018. Recognition of Iran's right to uranium enrichment without future restrictions. Compensation for economic damages caused by sanctions since 2018. Demands Washington knew were impossible. The breakdown. The table was set, but the gap was deeper. America said, "We need guarantees you won't build the bomb." Iran said, "We need guarantees you won't deceive us again." The result? Total failure. But is that the whole story? The conspiracy. Let's pause for a moment. Do you really believe that the world's most powerful nation and a regime that has withstood sanctions for 4 decades failed to find common ground by accident? Or was someone deliberately sabotaging these talks? Theory 1. America was never serious. Some analysts believe Washington never wanted peace at all. The goal? Buying time. Time for what? To reinforce U.S. forces in the Gulf, 3 aircraft carriers, thousands of troops, advanced air defense systems. To arm Israel with cutting-edge weapons, F-35s, bunker-buster bombs capable of penetrating Iran's underground nuclear facilities. To build an Arab-Israeli alliance against Iran, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Bahrain, all aligned now. The negotiations were theater, and war, that was always the real option. Theory 2. Israel, the hidden player. What if I told you Israel was the biggest winner from these failed negotiations? Tel Aviv has been crystal clear from the start. No deal with Iran. Why? Because any deal means sanctions lifted on Iran, billions of dollars flowing to Tehran, strengthened Iranian influence across the region, and that is Israel's nightmare. So some analysts believe Mossad may have played a role in ensuring these talks collapsed. How? Intelligence leaks, sabotage operations, assassinations of key Iranian nuclear scientists. Remember Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, the father of Iran's nuclear program, killed in 2020. Remember the Natanz facility explosion, just days before crucial negotiations in 2021. Coincidence? Or a calculated strategy to make Iran too paranoid, too angry to ever trust America again? Theory 3. The hardliners on both sides. But here's the twist. What if both sides wanted this to fail? In Tehran, the hardliners never trusted America. They see negotiations as weakness. They want the bomb as the ultimate insurance policy. In Washington, the hawks see Iran as an existential threat that must be destroyed, not negotiated with. They want regime change, not compromise. So perhaps, just perhaps, the moderates in both capitals were set up to fail by the extremists within their own governments. Trump's bombshell. And then Trump dropped his bombshell. After the Islamabad failure, the former and possibly future president made a stunning statement. I don't want 90% or 95% from Iran. I want 100%. I want it all. What does that mean? It means Trump isn't interested in compromise. It means if he returns to power, there will be no middle ground. It's either Iran's complete surrender or complete confrontation, total denuclearization, total dismantling of the Revolutionary Guard, total submission, or else. The message behind the words. But listen carefully to what Trump is really saying. He's not just talking to Iran, he's talking to American voters. I'm tough, I don't negotiate, I win. He's talking to Israel. I have your back completely. He's talking to Saudi Arabia and the UAE. Iran will kneel or burn. This isn't diplomacy. This is a declaration of intent.
The worst-case scenario. Now, let's talk about what happens if this escalates. The Strait of Hormuz, a narrow waterway, just 21 miles wide at its narrowest point. Through it passes 20% of the world's oil supply, 20% of global liquefied natural gas, critical fertilizers, chemicals, and vital resources that keep the global economy running. If Iran closes this strait, the world economy collapses overnight. Oil prices would skyrocket to $200, $300 per barrel. Global inflation would spiral out of control. Supply chains would shatter. And that's just the economic impact. Scenario: war breaks out. Let's imagine the worst-case scenario. Phase 1, the strike. Israel, with or without U.S. support, launches precision airstrikes on Iran's nuclear facilities. Natanz, Fordow, Isfahan, Iraq. Underground bunkers are hit with bunker busters. Iran's nuclear program is set back, but not destroyed. Phase 2, the retaliation. Iran responds immediately. Missiles rain down on Israel, on U.S. bases in Iraq, Syria, Qatar, Bahrain. Hezbollah launches rockets from Lebanon. The Houthis attack Saudi oil facilities. The Strait of Hormuz is mined. Oil tankers are seized. Phase 3, total war. The U.S. is dragged in fully. Carrier strike groups engage Iranian naval forces. Tehran retaliates with ballistic missiles. Cyber attacks cripple infrastructure across the region, and the entire Middle East burns. But it doesn't stop there. China and Russia, Iran's backers, respond with sanctions, cyber attacks, or worse. Global oil markets panic. Food prices surge as fertilizer supplies disappear. Developing nations face famine, and the world plunges into chaos.
The questions we must ask. So let's ask the uncomfortable questions. Who benefits from this failed deal? Defense contractors in America making billions from weapon sales? Israel eliminating its greatest regional rival? Saudi Arabia and UAE crushing their Shiite competitor? Hardliners in Iran who consolidate power by portraying America as the eternal enemy? Who wanted these negotiations to fail? Everyone and no one. Because in this game, there are no heroes, only players with different levels of power and different levels of ruthlessness. Was peace ever possible? Here's the tragic truth. Peace was never impossible, but it required something both sides lack: trust. America doesn't trust Iran won't build a bomb. Iran doesn't trust America won't betray them again. And without trust, there's only one path left. The Islamabad talks failed. Trump wants everything. Iran will give nothing. And the Strait of Hormuz sits at the center of it all. A 21-mile-wide choke point that could strangle the global economy. A flashpoint that could ignite World War III. The question is no longer if this explodes. The question is when. And when it does, will the world be ready? This is Jiang Intel. Stay vigilant, stay informed, because the next chapter of this story is being written right now.